Good afternoon and welcome to Worship Wednesday. It is another beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in Forest Grove. We've got the sun pouring in through the windows. My name is Randy Bennett. I am the Director of Worship here at Forest Grove Reformed Church. And I've got Pastor Dan with me again. We are in the middle of this series on the Gospel according to John, taking a fresh look at this book that we've probably read many, many times. This past week, we looked at John chapter 11, and we talked about Lazarus and Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. And as we're attempting to get through this without taking up 3 years, we're skipping over some stories. So we're skipping over John chapter 12, and there's a lot of really good stuff in John chapter 12. So I would encourage you throughout the rest of this week to take some time to look at John chapter 12. This is where Mary anoints Jesus with perfume, and we see the triumphal entry into Jerusalem. So now we know that we're in the final week of Jesus' earthly life. There's some really good stuff, and we're going to pick back up in John chapter 13. So, Pastor Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about there?
Yeah. So in the middle of chapter 13, Jesus is in the midst of some difficult situations that are starting to arise, right? And he's feeling the tension of his death being imminent and the pressures of Holy Week coming really quickly. And all of a sudden, randomly in the middle of chapter 13, he says, "Hey guys, a new command I give to you, love one another." And I have to imagine the disciples, when they're hearing this, they're saying, wait, we've been told to love before, like, it talks about that in the Old Testament, like, that's not a new command.
Right.
But then we look at the story surrounding that command. And so we're going to look at the story of Jesus washing the disciples' feet and of Judas betraying Jesus and Peter denying Jesus. And I think when we start to look at those stories, we might see what Jesus is saying by a new command I give to you, love one another. Yeah. Maybe we've been really good about talking about love and not so good about living out love. And maybe that's what Jesus is asking of his disciples, to not just talk about love, but to be love so that others can see his love.
So as I said, we're taking a fresh, new look at the Gospel according to John. It looks like we're going to get a fresh look at how to understand some of the things going on in John chapter 13. So as usual, we've got 2 services this Sunday, 8:30 and 10:30. We're going to be live streaming, so if you can't be here with us in person, you can catch us on the live stream. And as always, if there's anything at all that you need, if there's any way that we can help, please reach out to myself or Pastor Dan or anyone on staff, and we'd love to help out in any way that we can. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take some time to look at John chapter 12 as you prepare for Sunday morning. Blessings.